Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monica and I'm a photographer based in New York City. In this channel we do photo walks, film reviews, and some gear talk. We pretty much talk about photography and camera gear in layman's terms. This is not a very technical channel, and you might say that this channel is perfect for beginners. So if you're into that kind of stuff, do subscribe to my channel. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I've said this way too many times, honestly, that my ride or die camera is the Yashica Electro 35 GT. Look how pretty she is. She is gorgeous. This is the third out of the 5 electro cameras that Yashica made. The production started 1968, 1969. In a span of 3 years, 1970 to 1973, they released 5 of them. The first one that came out was Yashica Electro 35, Electro 35 GS, Electro 35 GT, Electro 35 GSN, and Electro 35 GTN. This is a 35mm camera and it's a rangefinder. I personally call it a poor man's Leica. Yes. Because the price on this is about 1/10 of the price for a Leica. What I like about this is a 45mm f1.7. It's perfect for portraits, but it's also great for street photography or like landscape photos. This is a 35mm camera, but every time I post a photo on Instagram, they just assume that it's a medium format camera that did those shots because they're just really sharp. It's mostly this camera, so I just keep using it for portraits. This is honestly what I reach for if I know I'm taking portraits. With the 45mm f1.7 lens, everything is hella sharp. The fact that it's a rangefinder, I can just focus super fast. I have no issues with it. These are some of the samples portraits that I've taken with this camera. You can see they're pretty sharp. Most of the times when I take portraits, I do go down to f1.7 because I do want that blur background. So this camera is aperture priority, meaning you can only adjust the f-stop, the aperture. You can also adjust the ASA or the ISO. With the first 3 Yashica Electro 35 models, the ASA or ISO goes from 12 to 500, and the later models start at 25 ISO to 1000. Self-timer feature is really amazing because it's really good for like group portraits. If you want to be in the photo, you can do a self-timer, and if you want to be creative and do some self-portraits, you can do it with this. The other cool feature about this camera as well, that it has a built-in light meter, so it does require a battery, but big but, you don't need a battery to operate the camera. The camera is completely mechanical. It's not dependent on the battery. It's really just for the light meter. This has a cold shoe kind of attachment for flash. Out of the 5, the first 3 has a cold shoe attachment, and the last 2 has the hot shoe. If you're new to photography, a cold shoe means is that you can't directly attach a flash on the camera. You need a PC sync cord like this one on my Yashica 50DX, and then you have to attach the cord on the side of the camera. If this has a hot shoe, if you see this flash, it has this little prong, metal prong right here. If this has a hot shoe, you can just attach the flash without having to plug the PC sync cord in the camera, just in case you don't know what the difference is. And then this is my favorite part about this camera, okay? I was super surprised because I was expecting, you know, like a really loud shutter. Just hear it. That's it. It's perfect for street photography. I have a feeling that's kind of like what they had in mind. It has a lot of the characteristics of a Leica without paying the Leica price. Yeah, boy. I definitely recommend this, again, for people who want to try a rangefinder camera and just don't have $5,000 in their back pocket. If you want to try a rangefinder camera, I think you should definitely start with this. Not everyone likes that way of focusing because you're not really looking through the lens. You're looking through this viewfinder, and this is pretty much like the viewfinder window. If you're not familiar with a rangefinder, I suggest you either rent a Leica or you buy something cheaper like a Yashica Electro 35 GT. If you guys have any questions at all about this camera, do leave them down in the comments below. If you haven't yet, do check out my Instagram. You don't have to follow me, but definitely check it out. And I have to get with the program. So I do have a TikTok. I do a lot of those scene versus film kind of videos. Also, you can go to my website if you want to book a shoot with me, if you want to check out my merchandise, or if you want to buy prints. Definitely check out my website. All the links are there. And as always, stay cool and stay chill. And we'll chat soon. There's fucking honking. Why? Please shut up.